Ladies and gentlemen, moving right along, we're going to go ahead and do letter C and D on the bottom of page 434 in your textbook on lesson 63. All right, so you notice that I put a piece of paper down on the bottom of my screen so that I have plenty to write on this time. And I'm going to pick this color right here. All right, so let's do this one. This one right here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it. So C. All right, so 10 plus 9 times, that's not a decimal, that's actually means times because it's in the center, 8 minus 7, and then all divided by, what's the number mean on a fraction? What's the line on a fraction mean? It means divide. Yeah, I know you guys get sick of hearing me saying that. And then so 6 times 5 minus 4 minus 3 plus 2. And I did not make my line long enough, did I? All right, so this is what we have. Now, we have to decide the order of operations, right? We have fractions going on. We have stuff on the top, stuff on the bottom. We have subtraction. We have addition. All right, so I'm going to encourage you to do the top first. We're going to do everything up here first, and then we're going to do everything down here second, and then if we can reduce that fraction that we end up with, we're going to reduce it, okay? But first of all, we have to remember order of operations, PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's the way I remember it, but that stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction in that order. All right, so let's start on the top. Is there any parentheses that we have to deal with? No. Right? So that one's gone. Is there any exponents we have to deal with? No. So that one's gone. Is there any multiplication we have to deal with? Yes. This guy right here. 9 times 8. So we're going to do that first. So I'm going to go ahead and write down everything but that. So 10 plus, all I'm doing is just transposing this down here on the bottom of the page. 10 plus, and then in the parentheses, we're going to write our answer to 9 times 8. What is 9 times 8? 72. See how I did that? And I'm going to go ahead and close that parentheses so that I know that everything inside that parentheses is done. Now I also have to write my minus 7. And all that's on the top. And then let's go ahead and we can go ahead and do some math on the bottom too, as long as we do everything on the top and then everything on the bottom and then simplify it. All right. So what on the bottom can we do? Is there any multiplication? Yes, there is right here. 6 times 5. What's 6 times 5? Isn't that 30? And then minus 4, minus 3, plus 2. Now, you might be tempted to go ahead and do all that math in your head, but I'm going to encourage you to actually write the steps again, because it's going to help you in the future. I promise you. Now, at this point, since we have all just addition and subtraction, you can do all that in your head, and I would go ahead and encourage you to do it now that it's, because isn't 2 plus 3 the same as 3 plus 2? It doesn't matter what order you do it in, it's going to be the same thing, right? All right, so I can just go from the left and start adding. 10 plus 72 is 82, and then 82 minus 7 is what? What's 82 minus 7? 82 minus 7? I can't hear the answer. 82 minus 7? Ha, it's 75, right? So we have 75 on the top, and then a line, because we did all this math, right? And now let's do the bottom. So 30 minus 4 is 26, minus 3, right, is what? 23, plus 2 is 25. Now, we have to simplify this fraction. What does the line on a fraction mean? It means divide. So 75 divided by 25. Well, what's 75 divided by 25? It's just 3. And so that's our final answer. So we did all of that to get 3. All right. let's do letter D. All right, so letter D, I didn't like that color. Let's use a different color. Yeah, that stands up a little better. All right, so we have 1. Oops. So we have, let's do that again. So we have 1 plus 2, and then in parentheses, 3 plus 4, and then minus 5 on the top, and then we have 10, and then 10 minus 9, and then in parentheses, is that 8? 8 minus 7? Yeah, 8 minus 7 in the parentheses. All right, so we have to deal with a couple of parentheses first, right? Because parentheses, if we're using PEMDAS, comes first, right? So we're going to do everything in the parentheses first before we do another thing. All right, so again, I'm going to rewrite this whole thing down here, and I'm just going to solve what's inside the parentheses first. So I'm going to have 1 plus 2, and in parentheses, what's 3 plus 4? It's 7, and then minus 5. See what I did there? I just took all of this, and I just solved this, and I just rewrote it. Okay, again, I'm going to encourage you to do those steps. 10 minus 9 is what? Oh, no, we don't want to do that first. We want to do this first, right? What's 8 minus 7? 8 minus 7 is 1. So let's go ahead and write 10 minus 9. And in the parentheses, what are we going to write? Well, what's 8 minus 7? 8 minus 7 is 1. All right, so we're almost there. Now, we have parentheses outside. We have a number on here and on here outside of parentheses, but we don't have a sign in between. So what does that mean? That means multiply. Anytime you see that, if you see a number outside of a symbol of inclusion, a parentheses, a bracket, a braces, that actually means multiply. That means take this 2 and distribute it. That's what they call it in algebra. And take that 9 and distribute it or multiply it times those two numbers. So we're going to do that first, because if we look at PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, M comes before the A and the S, right? That's multiplication. So let's go ahead and write our next step. So 1 plus, well, let's go ahead and solve 2 times 7. What's 2 times 7 is 14. And then don't forget to write down our minus 5. All right, so we solved everything on the top. All right, so now we're going to multiply first. 9 times 1 is 9. Oh, I don't know if I like that color. It doesn't show up very good. So let's rewrite that. 1 plus 14 minus 5. How's that? Is that better? I think that's better. All right, so now 9 times 1 is 9, and then 10 minus 9. All I did is I solved this guy, and I put it right here, and I solved this guy, and I put it right here, okay? And then we have to just do the simple math. So what's 1 plus 14 minus 5? What's 1 plus 14 minus 5? 1 plus 14 minus 5. Well, 1 plus 14 is 15, minus 5 is 10 on the top. And then what's 10 minus 1? Well, it's 1. What's 10 over 1? What's a line on a fraction mean? Divide. 10 divided by 1 is 10. And yes, we did all that to get 10. So that's letter D. There's only one more on the bottom of the page. That's E. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video now, and I'm going to do letter E.